Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is my Battlefield 6 first impressions video. I just got done streaming the game and also played it a little bit more after I ate, just to really get some thoughts refreshed in my head. And I think I have everything that I want to talk about now. So, if you want to follow Battlefield 6, this is going to be the channel for you. For the people asking about settings guides that will be out in the next couple days, honestly, I don't want to just push a settings guide out super quickly. I want to make sure it's actually good. So if you give me a little time, I'll push that out in a couple days. And of course, I'll be pushing out weapon guides and all the other stuff you guys are asking about as well. Be sure to hit the like button and let me know your thoughts about your first experience playing Battlefield 6 as well. Let's get the obvious out of the way. We're fucking back. We definitely are. I really enjoyed my time on the game today. However, we need to get an elephant in the room out of the way. EA app players basically could not play Battlefield 6 for roughly 7 to 8 hours after launch, because if you installed the game and tried to play multiplayer or try to play the campaign, it would tell you you don't have any of these things installed, and, well, you could not play the game as a result. The only way I found to get around this during that down period where the EA app basically was just worthless and you couldn't play the game was I went into Portal, and I could manage to join some Portal servers. But here's the kicker. Even that wasn't a truly representative experience, because Portal servers, as of right now, were running at 30 tick rate, 30 hertz, which means it's running at half the normal tick rate of the game. Normal servers run at 60 tick, and obviously, I don't need to explain this, that's a massive difference across the entire game. 30 hertz felt horrible, and it was very, very frustrating, but about 8 hours later, David Serland came into my chat and said, okay, restart, try it out now, see if it's fixed. And I finally got to play the game normally, so I'm going to base my first impressions off of my brief experience actually playing the game in its intended state. One thing I want to say before I go into my thoughts about Battlefield 6 is I'm going to critique some things about the game. That doesn't mean that we're not back, right? Like, the game is still sick. I'm just going to talk about some aspects that I noticed during gameplay. I've seen a lot of sentiment from people that just basically think you are either 100% positive or 100% negative. Can we fucking stop that? Thank you. Now let's get another big topic of discussion out of the way. Let's talk about the movement of Battlefield 6. Obviously, regular viewers of the channel and people that follow me on Twitter will know that I've been very vocal about the movement changes that have happened in Battlefield 6. And during my experience playing the game today, I have to say the movement simply feels worse overall compared to the beta. I heavily prefer the beta movement. The beta movement did not need to be nerfed in any way, shape, or form. In fact, it was actually extremely well balanced. And the movement at launch is clunkier just for the sake of being clunkier. I don't see a reason why these nerfs really had to be implemented. The way the penalties are implemented are just too harsh right now. And overall, it just feels worse. And combine that with the fact that when you're running over terrain, you still sort of get bounced around. And again, comment down below if you experience this. You're walking over terrain, you go to ADS, you step over like a ledge or you step over something, and you're just getting bounced around, especially on rocks, and it would get you killed sometimes. So there's something weird with the physics still going on. And another thing that I noticed really heavily in comparison to the beta was the gunplay feel. Let me know in the comment section, do you think there's something going on with the gunplay? Because in the patch notes, of course, they said they increased spread, but there's something weird going on when you shoot and try to control recoil. It almost feels like you're pulling through like an invisible force, like something is, you could almost feel something is there impeding your ability to actually shoot. Does that make any sense to anybody? Overall, the gunplay experience compared to the beta is, again, just worse. I would love the gunplay to be just how it was in the beta, honestly. Touching on another big thing that I noticed, the visibility in this game. Oh my god. The visibility is a lot worse than I thought it was, honestly. I thought Siege of Cairo would be the worst of it. I was very wrong. The visibility in general on seemingly all maps is quite a large problem, and I don't really see how they're going to address this. I was playing Operation Firestorm, and I was inside of a building looking outside, and I was just getting flashbanged. There's some sort of crazy lighting effect they have going on that is nuking visibility. So whatever that is, I don't know if devs are listening to this video. Can you guys take a look at visibility and what's going on there? Because I can't see a damn thing. And I mentioned Operation Firestorm, so let's move on to the maps here. The maps I think they're pretty good. I had a pretty good experience on all of them today. Operation Firestorm's layout on Breakthrough is a little curious, especially if you're on defense. But other than that, you know, I didn't play a map that made me want to delete the game. And that's honestly a W. It really is, coming from Battlefield 2042, because, well, every map in that game makes me want to quit. So, good. The maps are a clear-cut upgrade from what we were getting before. Now, switching gears and talking about the time to kill and time to death experience, I feel as though it was slightly improved from the beta. I definitely noticed that I wasn't dying around corners as much. However, it still happens a little bit, so perhaps there's still some networking stuff they can address to dial that in even further. I would certainly love to see that. And then we have to talk about another huge aspect of this, which is just the massive success this launch was, even though the EA Play app situation happened. I think there was nearly a 750,000 player peak on Steam charts. And that, of course, does not include the EA app, and it doesn't include console players. So there were probably well over 1 million, 1.5 million, maybe 2 million people peak playtime playing Battlefield, which is crazy. So love to see that for the game, especially after Battlefield 2042 and Battlefield 5 back-to-back just really put the community in such a massive hole. The rebound is generational. In terms of everything else, I definitely need more time just to play the game. This is day one after all. And keep in mind, these of course are first impressions, but we're off to a good start. My overall opinion surrounding the game hasn't changed regarding what needs to be fixed. I think more than ever, the things that need to be addressed are extremely obvious and very realistically fixable, right? And that is good. They aren't deep-rooted issues. A lot of it is surrounding balance. A lot of it surrounds the implementation of certain aspects of the game. It isn't like we have insanely game-breaking things going on. This is a great base to build off of, and I really can't wait to see where it goes. I wonder how this game is going to look in about a year's time, or about a year and a half time, when we have the content and we have all of the further refinements to the gameplay added. Because if they continue support like I think they might with this game, we could be looking at potentially an all-time great Battlefield game on our hands here, and that is just wonderful to know. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know your experience with Battlefield 6 in the comment section. Let me know your opinions on all these separate subjects, and perhaps if I missed something that you wanted me to talk about, you can mention it in the comment section. If you want to follow Battlefield 6, hit that sub button. Be sure to hit the like button on this video. I'm going to be dropping a bunch more videos regarding guides, settings, all that sort of stuff. So definitely hit that sub button and swing by streams. I'll be streaming every single day for probably a unhealthy amount of time, at least for the next few weeks. Because of course, like, come on. How often does a Battlefield game drop? Not very often. So I'm going to play it a lot. I'll see you guys later and hope to see you guys in the streams.